Hey, if this is your first time on the channel, hi, my name is Alex Temiz. I've been day trading for over 11 and a half years, and I made over $16 million in verified trading profits, and I am the #1 ranked highest verified P&L trader on Kinfo. So today's trade is kind of crazy. I pre-planned CMBM from my watch list today. Unfortunately, I got a little bit too overeager and I lost $16,000 on the trade. I took multiple losses on it until it finally turned. I got aggressive and I made over $100,000, wiping away that loss and walking away with over $80,000 in profits. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and more live trading videos on the way.
Main watch of the day is going to be the CMBM. Yesterday it was at 50 cents and it went as high as $7.50, 1,000% runner. Now it's day two and not really much momentum. We're seeing a new stock, QCLS, taking money flow and taking attention. So hopefully that continues to run. Aside from that, we have VCIG, which is a new sympathy play. So ideally, we get a bounce there too. The key areas I see on this CMBM are around 530 and $5. If we break these key areas, chances are the momentum is going to subside. But with 70 million shares traded pre-market, I am expecting at least one pop to 650 or 7, and I will slowly scale in and only add to my winner after confirmations. So we got about a minute here until the market opens. Ideally, we get some nice setups. Also, I have VIVS on watch. So maybe if VIVS bounces, it might be a great opportunity as well. So I got VIVS, VCIG, and CMBM as all potential trades for me. Just waiting for more information, just waiting for more confirmation. And based on that, we'll see what we have. I think a lot of people are probably going to be chasing this weakness on CMBM, and they're going to get bounced on at the open. I find it very hard to believe a stock with 70 million shares in volume pre-market is going to just die easily. But, we've seen crazier things out there. So we got about 15 seconds until the market opens. Let's see if we get any bounces on anything. And my plan is, once again, slowly scale. So let's see.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Market is open. So I'll probably be watching this 6-ish area, 620 on CMBM. As I mentioned, 530 and 5 is the key support. So we might just dip down and break those levels. If we do break those levels, I'll certainly be looking for bounces. And that's what I got here. So VCIG under support, SSR is on, so I end up rebounding. So VIVS, VCIG, you guys see anything, call it out. Mostly watching these bounces. CMBM ideally towards $6 will be nice. So if I do get in, I will slowly scale in.
CVU is pushing. QCLS, a little bit of a fail.
So I never want to get to the point of just guessing. Yeah, I have a little bit of FOMO on this CMBM, but if it's not going to get to my ideal level, I'm not going to force it, dude. I ideally welcome the weakness. I want to see it weak. I want to see it break down because it'll further prove my thesis, right? So let's see if we get a nice bounce here. I will, like I said, slowly scale into bounces. If you see anything bouncing, just call it out, call it out.
QCLS halting down, trying to.
So CMBM bouncing finally. We'll be shorting on this bounce. Took a starter 570, planning on adding towards 6. Ideally, I want to get a really nice big move, 620. I'm just taking a starter, add a little bit, 79. So we're going to short these bounces slowly, again, slowly. My perfect world is 6 to 620, so I have to leave room there. But in case it does exactly what it's doing right now, I have a piece. See that, guys?
And CVU is taking money flow. That's good.
Look at that. Perfect entries there on CMBM. So you see that, guys, the patience for those entries. Ideally, now I want to get a bounce to get a little bit more of an add in there because it's now proven my thesis, right? So 49 added to the winner. Remember, key support is in this 530s. So I take some starters as the stock is bouncing, waiting for my ideal levels. If I do see the stock fail, exactly like it's doing, then I want to add to my winner. But once again, just waiting to see it. Not oversized. Got the rest of my ad there at 49.
CVU, some big money flow now. Nice.
Which stock, James?
CVU.
CVU. Yeah, easy to borrow. So CMBM bouncing back up. Again, I want to reserve my size. I want to hold some size in case 6 does end up coming, right? You never want to go all in, all in, all in. You always want to leave room because you never know what these stocks are going to do. If I do see that 530s support level breaking, that's going to be my signal. I'm starting to get it now. Let's see. 532. So watching the 530s area, add a little bit more to the winner here, 530s.
You guys see it. He's adding little bits at a time. He's not putting these massive bullets on right away at the bottom of the range. He's still reserving size for higher just in case.
Right. And if it reclaims, then I'll just size down.
QCLS will open in about a minute.
Here we go.
Nice breakdown.
A little bit more is what I'm looking for.
Next support I see is what, this 507, 550 around there.
523, reduce some risk. Remember, 530 support, guys. 530 support. The next support is going to be around $5. So I want to just reduce some of my risk, take some profits off the table, give myself a profit cushion, and then allows me to be patient. VCIG, ain't no bid in sight, is so weak. So weak.
SSR too, surprising.
I mean, I was hoping that would get a bounce towards like 450. So pretty much bottom ticked that CMBM cover. Trading pretty well, reserving some size. This could still go to 650, guys. This could still go 650. So I don't want to be all in. I want to use the range to my advantage. I want to let the wide range help dictate a larger P&L with less size. If you use less size, but the stock has more range, you actually make more money. So I'm trying to control my eagerness, trying to control my patience. I know that if this 530 level continues to break, we're going to be $5 really damn quickly. And in the off chance that the stock is not behaving, at least I'm locking in some profits along the way to help offset some of that risk. So try to bounce. So try to bounce, but a little bit of a fail. So I'll scale back in slowly, 549 on that VWAP. Again, I am keeping my, if you are not okay with 620 to 650, you're in too big. That's it. If you're not okay with 620 to 650 hitting right now on a random halt up, you're in too big. So by locking in some profits, it allows me to offset some of that risk. It allows me to be a little bit patient, allows me to add back higher and give me room in case I need that 620s. But you can see that first primary support of 530 that we drew out is ideally acting as support. So it was the right thing to reduce some into that dip, you know? So it does look like it's going to test 6 or above, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Again, that 530 level will still remain the key area for a fail later. CVU continues to squeeze higher. Okay, so we should get that pop right now towards 6. Let me draw some levels here. So adding on this resistance here, 585, saving room for 6 and 620. So bring it on. So resistance is here. CVU, a little bit of a death candle. So ideally, I'm either looking for a push and rejection of this VWAP area or another big death candle signal. If I do see that big death candle signal, that'll give me a little bit more confidence to add. But right now, just adding on this potential double top and waiting for higher. Once again, by locking in some of those gains on that dip, big seller 95 jumped in front of him at 94. So I added more at 94 when I saw that big seller at 95. Beautiful ad. Watching this support level 560s. Do you guys see that seller at 595? Oh, here we go. Add a little bit more to the winner here. 560s. Below that candle is 563. So I want to see that 563 area break. See high volume rejection candle here. Highest volume of the day. So to see some fall through to the downside, I got to see this 563 level break. If we do end up pushing, I might just reduce and reassess. So watching that 595 seller, he's still there. Okay. 560-ish. Here we go. Watching. Preparing an ad. If this 560 level breaks, watching. Finger on the trigger. Added 570. Now next confirmation is going to be a 550 $0.50 mark. VIVS. Let me see. VIVS. Nice. Probably going to need a little bit higher there. Probably going to need at least that VWAP area, but I'll keep it on watch. So I need to see this 560 support, guys, start to act as resistance. I need to see it break down. And the more it breaks down, the more aggressive I want to be. Next support is 559. So you can see that it's potentially creating a double top here in the 580s. It's unable to push 6. And let's see if we get a 560 break. What was that low of the candle? So 560 is certainly struggling here. I want to see this support level break. One by one, I want to see the support levels break. And as each support breaks, I want to get more and more aggressive. Watching. Add a little bit more here. Watching 550 next. Support is here. 556. Want to see that 556 break. 556, I could even set a stop market order. INTS bouncing as well. So hopefully that INTS takes some money flow. About 330 level is what I'll be watching on VIVS. And 56 on CMBM. 556. Remember, as each day passes, I want to be more aggressive on my sizing. Hopefully, you know, on day 1 of CMBM, I want to be the list. One sec. Adding here, CMBM 55. Okay.
520 is the low support.
Watching. Like I was saying, guys, on day one of these stocks, I want to use the least amount of size because I have the least amount of confidence. As each day passes, day 2, day 3, then I could be a little bit more aggressive. So on CMBM, you can see that I'm being a little bit more aggressive because a day 2 stock that's up 1,000%, right? It's not up 100%, it's not up 200%. It's up from literally 50 cents a share. So I'm banking on when the momentum subsides that this should be a pretty solid action. Here we go. Let's see, I want to get a little bit more weakness here before adding again, maybe a 540 break. So let me reserve some size, 540. CVU reclaiming as well. So as you guys know, I haven't really placed many trades in the month of October because I haven't been away. But all that I'm waiting for is a really great opportunity. I'm waiting for a really good setup and then getting aggressive on that setup. Watching this VIVS for these 330s. So watching that as well. CMBM. 540 watching for an added. Come on down. What's the next support area is 530. See if we can get that break. Watching. Come on down. 530 is my final ad probably because if it breaks that 530, we're going to be in business. Staying calm, cool, and collected. 30. VIVS not bouncing to my ideal level yet. I need a Steven indicator here soon.
I was just about to say, you need Steven to cover.
CVU, very, very strong. So CVU might take money flow.
Nice.
Traders mostly flock to day 1 stocks, guys, versus day 2. So whenever we have a new day 1 stock moving, it's usually more attractive to these traders. Good fail there on CMBM into VWAP. Once again, that 330, that 530. Why is 530 important? Look here, support here, support here, support here, support here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times it's supported. Chances are if it tests and fails again, it's going to probably accelerate a move to $5. And that's what I'm looking for.
CVU, some big money flow.
CVU high of the day. Pull that up here just to kind of monitor it, not to trade it. So we want this CVU to go as crazy as possible because if CVU starts to get attention, if CVU gets money flow, it'll help. Notice CVU had a pretty dangerous trappy move, major death candle, and reclaimed that death candle. Anytime these stocks reclaim the death candle, it's a very, very big signal of it. So good avoids there. Once again, final ad on this CMBM will probably be around 530. That'll probably get me to a full size position and then look for a cover under 5. Looking around, any other stocks moving? You guys see anything else moving? Call it out. CMBM get a little bit aggressive of a bounce here. If we don't fail here, I'm gonna have to reduce it. Almost looks like a chat room pump or something. So almost looks like a manipulated artificial move. So staying calm here. There we go. I don't really want to panic out immediately. Because you see that random volume bar is as random as it gets, probably some sort of chat room pump. So just want to have my finger on the trigger just in case it pushes and or rejects.
CVU a fail for now.
So the CMBM is acting a little bit strong. So I'm going to reduce some here, CMBM for a little bit of a loss as I wait for this stock to stop kind of going a little bit too crazy. Remind myself I could always get back in. I just stopped out on partial so far. So pretty aggressive squeeze for now, but just giving it a second. Stock was very, very weak all day. So this might just be a little bit of an over aggressive squeeze. So like I said, reduce some and waiting for some fails. Ideally under 590 will have me getting back in. I mean, it looked damn weak at 530. So the fact that they just brought it back on one candle is a little bit crazy, but I have to respect it. I have to respect the fact that, they're trapping the way that they're trapping. And I have to also be able to adjust accordingly. So if we continue to squeeze up, I have no problem stopping out. If we break under 590, that'll make me feel a little bit more comfortable to add back in. You can see when it pushed up towards 6, it pretty much instantaneously was at 550. So it almost makes me feel like there's no real demand. It's just maybe some sort of squeeze, whatever it may be. So if we break under this 590 area, that's where I'm going to start to get, back in. A little bit of a fail. Well, that price action, in my opinion, was very, very odd, dude. Added here, 590. Okay.
Low of that 67.
So you can see it's certainly failing. Added. Good fail, bro. Good fail. Come on. 530 is the next key. Good add at 590. Good add at 590. So that, in my opinion, was the clear out. That was the squeeze out. So it's okay to stop out and get back in, which is exactly what I did. Next support level is 530s. If we could break 530s, this is going to 480, man. So watching. So that was a very, 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 very big death candle. You now have a double top at 620. You have a top at 580s, and you have support at 530. If we break 530, bro, this is going to 480. So I want to be aggressively sized under 530. I could even set a stop market order at 530. But in my opinion, this move from 530 to 630 was a major squeeze out, a major clear out. And now look, the highest volume bar of the day again on that rejection candle. So what I'm looking to see here is a 530 break, excuse me, to get very, very aggressive. Because I know that if 530 breaks, the next support area is going to be literally 5 or below, you know? So let's get it. We want to see these bounces fail. It's always okay to take losses, right? I stopped out and I'm okay reattacking after the stop confirms. So we want to see this death candle on CMBM continue to act as a death candle, continue to fail.
CVU holding VWAP still. Don't see any other money flow.
So this support here, guys, I'll call it 536, is super, super key. I think I'm just going to set a stop market order at 537. That way it takes the guessing out of it for me. So if we break this key support area, 536, 537, I'll have an automatic order to add. That way it takes some of the FOMO out of the system for me. I had a really good re-add at 590. Yeah, I chased a little bit at 550, but it's all good. The more I see these death candles, the more I see these rejections, the more comfortable I get with the setup. So I'm taking the guessing out of it for me. I have my primary position back on, as I mentioned, after stopping out for a loss. And I'm waiting to add when this key support of 530s breaks. I understand that if 530s breaks based on the chart, the next support is $5. And if $5 breaks, the next support is going to be 460. So a break of 530 will also confirm this major death candle. It'll confirm that the support broke and every single buyer that bought after 9:45 a.m. will be underwater and cause some sell pressure. That's my thought process. So right now, hands off the trigger. I have my order at 537 in case it breaks. If 537 breaks, my stop market order will automatically fill me. I'll add to my winner and we'll see what happens. Support here. Next support is 541. Let's break that support. Let's break 530 and let's halt down to $5, ideally. Remember, this is day 2 of the setup. It's not day 1. It already extended itself on day 1, and day 2, in my opinion, has more edge. Less traders are focused on it. The move is very tough to sustain. This is up 1,000% in one day, right? Even Beyond Meat went up 1,000% in 3 days. Ideally, in a perfect world, I need to see some new money flow. I need to see a new stock squeezing. I need to see a new stock taking attention. If a new stock takes attention, if a new stock takes money flow, people will sell this to buy the new one. That's the only thing that I'm kind of missing so far today. That's what I need to see.
Looking around, not seeing anything new. SNSE popped, nothing there.
You guys seen anything with money flow? Please call it out. ASST is moving, but not really enough. INTS, yes, doing. Yeah, INTS, nice penny stock moving. Good call out there. I'll pull it up just so we can watch it. INTS. So this has 400 million shares trading the same price range as CMBM. So I think a lot of traders will try to be all over this as the next sympathy play runner. So hopefully we get a nice move higher on this INTS, which will trigger traders to hopefully sell this CMBM. So once again, guys, we have a couple key areas here. We got 540s, 530, but I know for a damn fact that if we could break under 530, that this thing is toast. It's a good thing that I covered some on the dips here, helps offset some of the loss there, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pretty major fail here. Just looking at the chart here, it's up from 50 cents all the way up to $7. So even at these levels of $5, it's very, very extended. You know, my ideal target is 460s or lower. So $1 a share lower from here.
30 minutes till zombie times.
So no ads yet. As I said, my ad is going to come if we break that 530. What we want to see here is lower highs start forming. So it's still acting kind of strong, man. So considering reducing again, but it just gets these like big volume pushes and then fails. So I have to probably reduce this again. Give it a second to trade out. So it's still pretty damn strong, man. It's like it gets exactly to where it needs to for support. And then it just like shoots up on air, you know?
It's definitely got some weird random volume. But again, guys, if you're trading it, you should be sized that into the bounces. You're not getting max lost or anything like that. You know, you got to be appropriate size.
INTS continuing higher. Still holding, man. I might just have to reduce it and wait again. I reduced a little bit more here just in case.
I'm not seeing any money flow anywhere else.
Probably under 580s. I could add it back, but it like comes right back to support. Looks very, very weak. And then on a rush of volume, it shoots. So it's just very odd. So 580, I'll add back if we get there. So certainly getting chopped up. Added here. Still holding. Definitely getting chopped up here. So definitely not an easy trade. I thought this was going to be a lot easier today, to be honest.
There's a lot of volume. A lot of volume. And it doesn't help. There's nothing else moving.
So it's like I keep shorting, losing 30 cents, 30 cents, 30 cents, 680s. I mean, 580s. Still remaining support, and 688, I mean 588. So I'll set a stop market order at 588 to add. That way it takes the guessing out of it for me. So I'll just trigger if 588 breaks. So I have a 588 and a 530. Overall, pretty surprised at how strong this is, considering how weak it was pre-market and how weak it was at the open. I'm drawing a little bit of an uptrend line here, 560s too. So a major death candle on volume. Try to reclaim that death candle. So it's giving me all the signals that I need. It's just not participating the way that I would want. So remember, guys, I have a stop market order 588. If 588 breaks, I'll get another add. And the overall big size is going to come after 530. But with the amount that this stock has traded and how aggressive it's been, if we do end up breaking that 530, we might be even under 4.
About 20 minutes until zombie times.
See if we break that 588, still holding. So you can see what was the low of that candle. That low of that candle was 591, dude. So the key levels are certainly working. Calm, cool, and calm. Might be time to initiate the indicator. So reduce some CMBM here, 601. That's sketchy. Big push, fail. Well, I don't want to do anything until 588 breaks. I have to be disciplined here. Stock, let's see. Come on. 590 again, dude. 590 again. You see that, man? 590 twice. But that's another clear out.
Every push has failed. It's just
if that 588 breaks, bro, I have a stop market order. I mean, I would normally be adding, right? Adding.
Too sketched.
But that stop market order is keeping me disciplined, dude. I definitely want to add, but that order is keeping me disciplined. I'm only going to add if that area breaks. I was a little bit loose a little bit earlier, so I can't be loose anymore. If 590 breaks, bro, this is going to trigger very, very fast. Come on, fucking. So my stop market order is 588 and 537. If we get 588 and 537 to break, that's going to be my add spots. But you can see there's certainly some resistance in the 6 and the 620s. Let's see 590. This INTS is still holding very, very well too. So hopefully this INTS gets money flow shortly here. CMBM watching. Remember 590 is support. My order is at 588. So 590 breaks, 588 will trigger pretty damn soon. And that should probably get us to 560, which should be at the uptrend line. And if we could break that, then we're in business. But this has been a significantly more difficult trade than I expected. I expected on day 2 for it to be a lot easier. But for some reason, in my opinion, because nothing else is really aggressively squeezing. I mean, maybe this INTS has a chance, but everyone's kind of flocking to the same stock. So let's hope this INTS squeezes. Looks like it. So INTS money flow. See if this is going to be enough to trigger CMBM. 100,000 share bidder at 608. I don't even know if that's real.
This thing would pay in the ass.
Still looks pretty damn strong, man. I reduced a little bit more here for a loss. So certainly not easy. Very, very failing again. A lot more difficult than I thought, man. This was not supposed to be this difficult. But I know that when it does fail, it's going to collapse. I just have to make sure that my ads and my sizing are heavier on the backside. You gotta see it under 6 again.
Oh, 10 minutes till zombie times.
And I think in my head, would this be a trade I would have taken again? And the answer is yes. I would have taken the trade again. I would have been aggressive again. Day 2, still holding up. Reduced a little bit more for a loss. INTS now lost money flow. Should have been the inverse. It should have been the inverse. See if we finally start to get a little bit of a fail. But I gotta start to be careful now. Big squeeze out, dude. So I can't add unless I see a confirmation. We're getting close to zombie times. I mean, the next level will be what? A break of 650. I mean,
And there's definitely resistance in the 670s from earlier.
Try it again here. Try starter though. 655. Okay. Add a little bit. 640. Same thing. Stock market orders are at 588. Let's see if we finally get it. Add a little bit more here. 628. This is gonna be my final attempt here, guys. Still have my stock market orders here at 588 and 530. I mean, if it doesn't fail here, it's never going to fail. Very, very difficult day. We do have our key levels of 588 and 530. I do believe that if we do break those key levels, we're going to go to $4. Why? Because it's so extended at this point. It's so extended. So the next ad areas are not going to be manual ads by me. They're going to be the ads by my stop market orders. So that way I'm controlling my FOMO and controlling my emotion. So same thing here, guys. 590 key support area. I have my open order. Let's see if we're going to get it. Come on, 590. There we go. Stop market order added. So let's see. Next support is this uptrend line and then that 530s. So I'm in about 50% of my size here. And I'm going to add the other 50% on that 530 break. So that key level of 590 is now broken. So good stop outs, good reattacks. Yes, I took losses multiple times on the stop outs, but my reattacks have been pretty good. We just need to see this. We just need to see this 590s act as resistance rather than act as support. We need to see some sellers pop in, and you can see that this uptrend line needs to break as well. So we still got plenty of day here. 590 has to go from acting as support to acting as resistance. And if we could see that, in my opinion, this is going to $4. Why is it going to $4? It's so extended. Ideally, they trapped a lot of people over 6. Those people at 6 now become resistance. If you remember, we saw a very big bidder at 508 with a 100,000 share bid. I mean, at 608, homie is nowhere to be found. Very difficult day. It's not over yet. You know, just because I'm stressed, just because I'm in a drawdown, just because I'm losing, doesn't mean I want to give up, especially when I see a death candle on elevated volume under support. I gotta put my emotions to the side and trade like a professional, trade based on what I see. What I see is finally a trend break. So rather than being less aggressive here, I want to sharpen up my aggression. I want to be more aggressive if my key areas continue to see. So 580, 570. We need 590 to start acting as resistance versus acting as support. There we go. Add a little bit more here, 580, in about 60% of my size. The remaining 40% I will add if and when my key level of 530 fails. You can see we're on this uptrend line as well. If you look at the support here, there's support at 576. So support at 576 also matches with the uptrend line here. So this is going to be a very, very key level. Now, as long as we see 590 acting as resistance versus support, we should be in good shape here.
About to be zombie times.
Remember, 590 support needs to turn to resistance. Remember, 590 act as resistance. We have the uptrend line here as well. If we can break that uptrend line, that's what we're looking for, boys. Be patient. Still have plenty of size ready to go to add. I am waiting. Super, super, super aggressive.
It's just sitting right on that uptrend line.
Just gotta give it some time.
That next support 73.
Come on down. Just below that candle, 70. Add more.
Gotta have some follow through, man. Come on.
Get 550. Steven, if you're out there, bro, cover, please. Get your kids out of the room, guys. Get your kids out of the room. Put your headphones on. It's going to get messed up in here real soon. 550, $50 mark is the next area. Piece of, come on. Watching. I'm adding.
550 held exact.
No,
Come on, go. Go.
I don't give. We'll get there. Come on.
Come on.
Get ready. Added. 550. The next support is 545. And then we're getting to that magical 530 level. So now what I'm thinking in my head, guys, every single one of those buyers that bought from one second. Adding more, 40. Adding more, full size. Now we're at low of the day. Every single buyer is underwater. Every fucking buyer's underwater. If they reclaim it here, bro, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm giving my trading account to James, dude. That's it, dude. If
Please.
If they reclaim it here, bro, that's it. No more live trading. It was nice knowing you guys.
I hate to hope for a reclaim, but
You up, bro. You up.
they can use the money.
Dude. If it reclaims, there's gonna be no money in the account, bro. Come on, bro. Let's get to 480 and let's start drinking. Anyone else sweating out here, bro?
Yeah, bro. I just took off.
You remember, guys, what was the support from earlier? $5. We lose $5 is 460. You mother, you know what? I found some more size under my pillow. Get aggressive when the stock is going in your favor. Get aggressive when the stock is going in your favor. Don't get aggressive. Get aggressive. When the stock is going in your favor, you get aggressive. Let's get aggressive. So look at me, guys. Stopped out 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Stopped out 4 times on this stock, and I don't want to jinx anything, but those losses are non-existent. Let's keep getting there. Let's get there. So what we want to see, guys, we want to see previous support turn into resistance. So remember, $5. What did we say about $5? Look at your charts, man. Look at your charts. You see what this is right here? This is $5. This support is $5. So it's no surprise. Look at the vastness of this chart. If $5 breaks, our next area is 470 or 470. So if $5 breaks, there's a air pocket for 30 cents. So remember, 530 was support. It should act as resistance. So we want to see 530, 540s. So we want to see if it is going to bounce. We want to see it bounce to the 530, 540 and reject. I'm going to need a coffee, man. I'm going to need
drinking whiskey. I don't know what you're
Yeah, let me
talking
get
about.
a coffee, bro. Let me get a coffee. I'll be right back. Yo, if you see anything happening, bro, just yell. I'll be right back.
I don't get how fucking Alex does this. He just leaves. Oh, he's a animal. I've never met a human that does that. Alex, please.
I'm back. What happened?
Big take.
Nice. Okay, come on. So notice it bounced to the 530s and instantaneously rejected. My coffee's not even brewed yet, dude.
Nikki.
Good luck having her make it. She doesn't even know how to use the coffee machine, bro. You just hit on. You just hit on, and she can't do that. All right, let me go grab this coffee.
He's the funniest guy in the world, man. Does anyone else just watch Alex sometimes and think like, what the Tomorrow, guy, I'll tell you guys the funniest friggin' story about Alex. We're trading Tesla.
Let's see.
They did get some good covers into that 480 wash, which is nice. Norbert.
Now I'm in the driver's seat, man. I just want to be patient here. I should have covered some, but obviously the coffee indicator went off, but it's fine. I mean, this is very, very heavily broken to me at this point, dude. This is very, very broken stock. If they find a way to reclaim it after all this shit, then they're going to the moon. So I want to just be patient here. Maybe the next dip towards 5, I'll take some profits off. That way I can be patient for longer. But this to me is a very, very heavily broken stock. As you guys know, there's obviously a longer stream, so we're going to keep it running. Whenever there's an opportunity, we got to keep it running. But my thought process is, guys, this is day 2 on this stock. It's up 1,000%. You know, it's failing. It's confirming. I'm being...
Showing you guys. That's my chart so far. Come on.
Great ads into the winner, dude.
I'm more proud of the stops, man.
Yeah, great job, bro.
493 is that last low, and then under that's 480. If those go, I'm going to get some blue label, and I'm breaking sobriety.
You know, you'll ship me one too. How long have you been sober for now, James?
Like 3 weeks.
Wow, good for you.
Nah, it sucks, man. It's not cool at all. Come on. Yeah, Eric, you inspired me, bro. MSAI. What is that? Yeah, a little bit of money flow there. Come on, don't be a pain. Remember, too, you need to be sized for this thing to bounce. If you're sweating a 10 to 20 cent bounce, you are way too big.
Bad timing for me to make a coffee. I'm missing those covers at low 5s, but it's okay. Next time it hits low 5s, I will reduce some and allow myself to be patient. Steven, if you're out there, I need you to cover again.
Hey, Steven, to go sell some of that gold. Do anything, please.
Steven sells that gold. He's getting a divorce.
There he is.
He's getting a divorce if he sells that gold. Remember, 530, 540, 550 is all resistance and all support that should act as resistance. So if we see a bounce towards 550 and we see rejection, that's going to confirm our thesis even more. But this stock is up literally 1,000%, bro. And 5 is the last major support. And it hit all these levels essentially after hours too, which is crazy.
I just realized that I had a dentist appointment at 10:30. Well,
sucks for that guy.
I'm going to get a new dentist. That guy.
You get a new set of teeth, bro, if this goes down. My average is 580, but my average is after taking losses, right? So it's a 580 average, but I have... Oh,
come on. Did you get a piece off?
Too slow. 508 covered some. So now this allows me, guys, to lock in some profits, offset some of that realized loss, and now be patient. I should have had an open order out there, dude.
It's a couple cents are good. We lose 490s, man. Come on.
Remember, guys, my whole thing about trading is being very selective. You know, there's multiple days that I did not place trades this month because the opportunities were not there. But when I see a stock go 1,000% in one day, and then on day 2, the day that it loses momentum, I have to be aggressive. So I'm hoping that this aggression is properly timed. We're gonna see. And the thing is, you never know what the hell you're gonna wake up to in trading, man. I didn't think that we were gonna wake up to this shit today.
Hell no. Also, after that death candle, I thought this shit was just gonna tank. The first one.
There was plenty of times that this stock should have been easier. Like so many times it should have been easier. But these stocks are heavily, heavily manipulated, man. So they did just enough manipulation to push it to this resistance, stop out all the shorts, get longs to get too aggressive, and they pulled the bid on that. So look, I stopped out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 times I stopped, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter, you know?
Did they fucking know if they lose 5? This thing is 495, 490s.
Bro, I'm talking to one of my trading buddies, and I asked him if he's trading this, and he's like, yeah, how big are you? I'm not going to reveal his name, but he's short 400,000 shares, dude.
Well, then I think I know who.
400,000 shares, dude. What a sick guy. It must be nice to be rich.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, bro. No, I'll tell you, you don't want to ask my girlfriend. Be a disappointing answer.
What was the question?
She said, "How big are you?" Is kind of personal. Maybe you should have asked his girlfriend. Come on, you piece of shit.
Come on. We need George to start sweet talking the stock. George has a way with words.
That handsome Middle Eastern fella. Come on, Anas, do something.
Let's get there, bro. Let's get there.
They're chewing the fives.
Yeah, someone's supporting at 5. Because remember, guys, remember, even the manipulators know that if 5, okay, they even know that if they lose 5, the next support is in the 460. So whoever has been manipulating this stock could see very clearly, bro, the support is right here. It's clear as day. It's literally clear as day, you know? If that support breaks, it's donezo, donezo, donezo. So that's why they're trying their hardest to hold it. Could you explain your thought process after stopping out twice? How did you still think that the stock was going to go down? So I didn't just guess that the stock was going to go down. So let's start here. This first initial stop out, I stopped out. When it failed, I got back in. Fine. Same thing here. I stopped out. When it failed, I got back in. Same thing here. When it stopped out and it failed, I got back in. So I didn't know that the stock was going to, well, let's see what the, so I didn't know that the stock was going to fail. I just waited for it to do its thing and then I joined it. I don't know what the hell that was. Remember, guys, if the stock is bouncing a couple cents, you got to be, and you're panicking, you're in too big. I'm okay with this thing bouncing. I'm okay with it. In fact, I will add some on the bounce. So this is why I reduce some into the dips, guys. I don't know if these stocks are going to be random, if they're going to pop, if they're going to drop, or what the hell they're going to do. But by reducing some of the dips in the 5s, it allows me to take some profits off, lock in some realized gains, offset some realized losses, and be patient. I had a full docket of things to do today. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get any of it done. That's trading sometimes. At what price would you have not gone back in had the stock gone the other way? Like I said, this last trade here was my final attempt. So if it pushed after this final attempt, I would have been done with it. CVU, easy to borrow, try to bounce. Is it just because of price or number of attempts? It's pretty much number of attempts. Sometimes you're just, when you think that the stock is going to do something and it doesn't, you just have to admit you're wrong. Plus, also, if it reclaimed at 670, it was going to go to like $7 and above. If it went up to like $7 and above, I mean, it could have easily just kept squeezing up, And again, I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to say anything too soon, but most of the aggression came here, as you could very clearly tell. After the stock confirmed, after it was breaking the levels, after it broke down, that's when I started to get very, very aggressive on the stock. So most of the aggression came after all these confirmations were essentially confirmed. If it reclaimed VWAP, would you exit the trade? Probably, if it reclaimed like 615, 620, I think that would be my exit on the trade. Because you always want to exit, guys, where the trade thesis is no longer valid. So if it reclaims VWAP, reclaims the whole number, and reclaims this, I mean, that is multiple signals that the trade thesis is no longer active. CVU squeezing up. I pull up CVU just to monitor it here. Certainly hoping that something like INTS would squeeze and, take money flow. I think that the main reason why we couldn't get as clean of a fade on CMBM is because there was no clear money flow on the day. I think had we seen a little bit more clear money flow, it would have been a lot easier. And I think because we didn't see that, traders flocked to the same stock from yesterday. Again, that's just my opinion. Fuck you. Let's see. Remember, $5 is support, man. So they're going to be trying to hold $5 all as much as they can. Because look, it's basic technicals, man. If you just do basic technicals, when it breaks 5, there's an air pocket to 460. There's 40 cents of downside if $5 breaks. So whoever is manipulating these stock, they're not dumb. They know it. They see the same, Another day in paradise. Another day in paradise.
Come on. 87's the next. Go.
If this thing goes to 450, James is going to propose.
No.
420?
Yeah. All right.
420. Let's get it, bro. Let's fucking get it. What's the next support? 480. Please, sweet baby. Let's get it. 420 for Libby. Garbage piece of trash phase garbage. Stop. Let's go. That add at 520 was fire. Thank you. Covered some to add it back, right? If it goes to 4, I'll give James an engagement shoot for free. All right. I like that.
I'm gonna remember that.
I like that a lot, actually.
I'm pretty cheap.
James gonna get the drone. James gonna get the drone, the 3D markup, the photo book.
I want a Nas hide in the bushes.
You might catch a case if that happens.
Come on, man. 480s.
Real quick, guys, if you have not taken some profits off the table, take some profits off the table, please. We're at the low of the day, covered some 75. So I'm taking some profits off the table here, guys. You should be doing it too. From taking multiple losses to having a pretty solid day. I mean, this is a great day by any standard. Let's get there, guys. Get there. Stop. Let's get there. Come on. Drop. Remember, take some profits off the table. If you have not taken profits off, INTS money flow. If you have not taken profits off the table here, you are being a greedy SOB. Don't do that to yourself, man. Don't do that to yourself. Reducing more 470. Reduce more 470. Remember, guys, where am I covering? Where am I covering? Look at this. Do you see? Same resistance acts as support. Resistance acts as support. Look at the chart. Let's get there. I can get there. Please, sweet
64 was that breakout level from yesterday.
Cover more 68. If it does what I think it's gonna do, bro, I think I'm gonna break my. So I've locked in half of my profits, guys, from my full size position. So half of my profits are locked in. And now I have two choices. Either A, sucker bounces back to 5 and I get to add more, or B, it continues to go lower. So let's get it. Does it making sense, guys? Lowest cover 68, and I'm going to be adding the bounces. So just for reference, guys, I took a screenshot to show you. I was at minus 16,900 locked in. So that was the culmination of all my realized losses. And now I've made back those losses plus a very significant profit on top of it. So now I'm in the driver's seat. I am praying that this thing bounces, bro. I want it to bounce. I want to get more aggressive. I have so much shit to do today, man. So much shit to do, but the money comes first. So remember, guys, previous resistance is acting as support. Look at this 464. Where did it bottom out? 464. If you have not taken any profits off the table, you're being an idiot. I'm sorry. Take some profits, complain later. So on any bounce, I want to add, let's get there. Added some 89 CVU, still pretty damn strong.
Easy to borrow. Good volume too.
I'll be scaling in on the bounce. So this right here, guys, this right here is when I got the most aggressive on it, obviously. So people may see, oh, you're losing. Dude, I have no problem stopping out. I have no problem. Okay, here we go. Added more 510. Amazing covers at the 460s. Amazing covers at the 460s. Scaling into these bounces 510. So you see what I did there, guys? You see what I did? Reducing the dip to reshort the bounces. I'll be shorting all these bounces. Added back 21. So once again, by locking in those profits, guys, it allows me to be patient. Look at that. One sec. Let me just focus up here. So if you didn't cover those 460, 470s, I don't know what to tell you. You deserve it. You deserve it. So I'm going to be certainly scaling on these bounces. So very good job locking in profits, 460, 470s. Very, very good job.
Nice job, Carlos.
Setting some open orders just in case it wicks down very quickly, like this stock has a tendency to do. Oftentimes when I attempt to rescale, I tend to destroy my average. How are you doing that? I don't care about my average, man. All I care about is the trend of the stock. If you're more focused on the perfect average, you're going to miss your size on the trade. So I'm more focused about adding aggressively as the trend is in my favor, because my average will be irrelevant as long as the stock is continuing in my direction. All I care about is how much size I have, right? But I think that's a fallacy that most people kind of worry about, is forget your average, man. Your average, yes, is obviously important, but is the stock going in the direction that you're looking for is more prioritized. So is your average 550, well, you have a hell of a lot of size, or is your average 620 and you got no size? I'd rather have 550 and a hell of a lot more size. If the stock is going in the direction that has confirmed that's in my favor. That's the tidbit. So I have open orders in case this thing dips down to reduce from those 520 ads, get back to a core position and be patient. I think this SVU is probably going to have some sort of midday zombie reclaim.
Yeah, CVU, nice bounce.
Also, guys, while we have a couple of minutes here, please leave a like and leave a comment on the recent YouTube video. It helps the channel grow.
CVU, some money flow.
That candle at 1108 was my buddy covering.
Oh my good lord.
So if that's the case and it was just a random cover, I mean, it's going to fail. What's the low of this candle? 1202. CVU hopefully takes that money flow. Let's get a wash here. I have open orders as mentioned. Let's see if we get a bounce here. Ideally, I could get another ad. CVU dip and reclaim there. That's a trap signal. So the CVU probably continues. Remember, I have open orders on this CMBM in case it wicks down to reduce. Some of those open orders, 502. Probably another dip down to like the 490s. I'll probably be done. Take my money, enjoy the day. Let the indicator go off for you guys. Remember, $5 was a big support, so it's probably going to need some time to consolidate. Probably going to test up, test down, test up, test down. 97, reduce more, get a little bit lower. 95. All right, guys, I'm all out. Hell of a
brother.
trade. Hell of a trade, man. Hell of a trade. Easy. So let me just annotate this chart real quick. I think it's a really good thing to learn on. So let's annotate it. So start with the thought process. So stock up 1,000% plus in one day. Day two, stock didn't show much momentum, looking for profit taking day. So that was a thesis for the trade, right? Next is scaling in short on bounces and covering at supports to lock in some profits. This part here, do blue, stopping out for a loss and reattacking after death candle. Next is here, got chopped up, stopped out again for a loss, planned on adding back after a fail. This was my final attempt. And then aggressively adding to the winner on confirmation. And then I guess right over here is taking the money and walking away, right? Nice job, George. So final thing here is taking the money and walking away, taking lower, but have a busy day. So yeah, so this is my annotated chart. Let me actually number it, make it easy. And now let me share my day. So as you guys know, I posted earlier, I went from having a $16,000 losing day to having a $87,000 winning day.
Holy shit. Nice job, dude. Great job.
So I made more in one day than I made in the entire month simply by being patient and getting very aggressive on the day two stock, which brings me to $159,000 for the month. And one day made back my biggest win of the month and made more P&L in a single trade. So the reason why I was so aggressive on this stock, guys, again, just like Beyond Meat that went up 1,000% in 3 days, this went up 1,000% in one day, right? It started to show that momentum was subsiding. What would have accelerated this trade even further would have been a new money flow stock, but unfortunately we didn't get that. And because we didn't get that, I think that it was a lot more difficult than it should have been, right? So overall, I mean, it's essentially like I made $100,000 today because I had to make back that 16 plus more, obviously. So that's pretty much it. So walking away here, guys, with a pretty massive day, biggest day of the month, made more in that one day than the entire month. And that's the power of adding aggressively when the stock is going in your favor. But I don't want to add this aggressively on just any random Thursday, right? I want to be able to do this, only when the opportunity is there. So that being said, guys, calling it a day. Still do think that this thing will probably go lower without me. That's it. So I have this recorded. I'll post it up. Great job today, James. And with that being said, let's hope the indicator goes off for you guys. Thank you.